We are back now, and we are joined by our guest. His name is Nico de Wilde, and he is the co-owner of RibCap, along with his partner Frederick. And Nico is a family entrepreneur, is what he calls himself, with a love for products that bring added value to people's lives in international environment. So, welcome to the show, Nico.
It's great to be on the show. Thank you.
Okay,
we're thrilled to have you
we're
here.
thrilled to have you. Tell us, first of all, what exactly is RibCap?
Well, actually, RibCap, it's all about fashionable head protection. I have one here. So what we do is, if you look at the product, and this is one of them, this is one of the baseball caps that we are making right now. We actually want to combine fashion and safety. That's our goal. What you see nowadays in head protection, that it's always very bulky, it's very unattractive, and it's very uncomfortable to wear, especially for people with special needs. That's why we thought about the products such as RibCap, because what you see and what you get here is a combination of fashion and safety. And this is very unique because it's very difficult to combine these both. How we do it in the product is by using this special foam, which is integrated like this underneath all the caps and the beanies that you will see or online or in our shop. What's so special about this foam is that it's still very flexible, as you can see probably. It's still very breathable. You can the air goes just through it, so which makes, when you have it on your head, in combination with the RibCap, that it's still very comfortable and very light to wear. It's very light, of course, but then the outer layer is the shock absorbing layer, which absorbs the shocks when you have an impact over to protect you against bumps, bruises, and all kinds of impacts. And this makes it actually very unique because we can integrate it in any type of beanie or any type of hat that you would like. And what we do is I'll just show it for you in the camera upside down. If you integrate it into the beanie, we set it up like this. All these different pads go into the beanie, and this way you get a 360-degree protection, which is also with other products not possible because they are just not breathable and not as comfortable as the one we have. And what we do then is we make these fashionable beanies around it and fashionable caps around it, so that as well as people with special needs, autism, epilepsy, or just people that want to stay active during their normal day activities, can wear a head protection every day and feel just as comfortable as wearing a normal hat. It just looks like a normal cap and beanie.
Right.
And this is actually the goal of RibCap is providing a non-stigmatizing head protection for people with special needs.
In fact, much more than being non-stigmatizing, they're actually quite fashionable and people are enjoying wearing them. We want to go really quickly. Nico, you sent us a video and we want to show that to our audience, and then we'll come right back to talk more about RibCap with you. Take a look.
Super, thank you.
So as you can see, they're very, very fashionable.
Yes.
Certainly non-stigmatizing, as you said, Nico. Tell us how this product was developed.
Well, actually, it all began in Switzerland with this product, where it used to be produced for your everyday lifestyle. People that go hiking, people that go langlaufing, ice skating. You know, in Switzerland, they have a lot of mountains, of course. At that point, it was a Swiss company. A couple of years ago, Frederick and I, we acquired the company because we strongly believed in the concept of having a fashionable soft protection during your everyday lifestyle. But shortly after, when we acquired the company, we got contacted by Dr. Amy Hester from Arkansas, and she's working as a fall management specialist at the UAMS hospital in Arkansas. And she was actually looking on the internet, Googling for fashionable head protection for people with special needs, and you couldn't find anything at that point. And all of a sudden, she came to us. She found us. She came to us and she asked us for if she could have a sample for her at the hospital. And the first thing we did, of course, after having some talks, was that we sent her some samples and asking, look, if you want to test them at your hospital, feel free, no problem. But let us have some discussions on how our product could benefit your community. And after 2 years now, we've done intensive talks, a lot of testing, a lot of feedback also from Dr. Amy Hester. And this is how we came to the product in the community of people with special needs. So we are now, I have to say, I wouldn't say fully focused, but for 90% fully focused on this community, because the reactions we get are so overwhelming, are so enthusiastic, and we do feel that we create an extra value, and we give a lot of these people again a chance to go out and to be non-stigmatized and wear something fashionable, which is a great thing.
Well, and let's talk a little bit about the chin straps, because a lot of times, it can be difficult to keep an item on certain children's head, and other kids it's not a problem and that would be restrictive for them, but they're removable?
Yeah, correct. So what you see now with the baseball cap, for example, is that I'm just having it on my head without the chin straps, but these are just chin straps actually made out of a Velcro, and you can attach them here. There is a hook. You can attach them here on the hook, just close it, and then you can attach them like this, and then you have the chin straps as well, because what we realize also is that when you go outside, sometimes you need them, sometimes you don't need them. If you do need them, you can wear them, and you can just adjust them to the size of your or the shape of your head. But besides that, if you don't want to use them, you can just take them off, and nobody will know that you will have something protective on your head.
And the other thing I love about this is how it folds up, Nico. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, correct. That's also one of the main benefits of the product, is that it's all about comfortable. It's all about usability. That's also a fact, because what you see also, for example, one of the reasons why people don't like to wear normal helmets is that once you're finished with, for example, skiing or other sports activities, what do you have to do with your helmet? You can't take it with you all day, or for example, in cycling. And if you look at the beanie that we have, for example, since the fact that we have this 360-degree protection inside, and it's soft and foldable, you can just fold it like this. It's very flat, it's very light, and you can take it away in your backpack if you don't need it anymore. So imagine you're going to go walk outside, you have your rib cap on your head, you come inside and you want to just sit down and have a cup of coffee, you want to take it off and put it in your backpack when you're in the restaurant, just take it with you like this and take it in your backpack. And that's a very big advantage for a lot of people.
What has been the response from the autism community on this product?
Well, I have to say we've done a lot of trade shows the last months in the healthcare business, and talked a lot to a lot of occupational therapists, and they all come up with two major communities that could really benefit from a product like RibCap. One is people with autism, and the second one is people with epilepsy. Because I guess you know more about it than me, of course. But people with autism, they do a lot of headbanging, they lose their stability, they have some uncontrollable motions. And then having a protective device on your head, which is as comfortable as a normal beanie or a normal cap, is good to prevent you from head injuries when you do the headbanging or when you do have uncontrollable motions.
Was Wyatt a headbanger?
Yes, he was, without a doubt.
And Jem, my son was too. And my son still likes to wear hats. He is somebody who seeks pressure on his head.
Uh-huh.
And he would get that sometimes by hitting his head
Yeah.
against things.
Wyatt would bang his head in his crib
Yeah.
against the wall.
And the other thing for my son is that he loved to watch movies. It was one of his favorite things. But it would be so loud sometimes in the movie theater that we had a special hat that had flaps. I noticed one of your hats had flaps. And that we would take him and put his flaps down so he would still be watching the movie, but the flaps would be down. And I look at this and I think if we had had this, I know my son would have had a rib cap because it would have protected us and there were even times in the movie theater where he would sit there and he would hit his head on the back
Really?
of the, it's just something he saw was pressure on his head.
Right.
There are times, he's about to be 14 that
Right.
he'll come up to me and he'll like sort of, and I'll push on his head.
Yeah,
He loves
Wyatt
that.
likes to get tickles on his head as well, and he just says, "Give me pressure."
There we go.
And
So-
as we know, Nico, a lot of our population has issues with seizures. So this is a product that can be used for people that have seizure disorder.
Yeah, correct. And this is something that we also a process that we learned together with Dr. Amy Hester, is that actually the red line in healthcare for us is people with fall and stability issues or problems. They could all benefit from a product such as RibCap, because when they fall, of course, or when they have seizures, they're non-protected at this point because they don't want to, with the existing solutions, they don't want to wear it. At this point, to give you an example, we're doing some tests with the Veterans Association in the US in several hospitals, and they gave the people the choice between a rib cap and the existing head protection they now offer, and 95% is going, of course, for the rib cap. Already for the fashionable look. And like you were saying, if you have a son of 14 years old, they all wear these beanie type hats as their normal beanies, even indoors. So why don't, now with this, you can even wear a protective beanie in combination with a fashionable look. And talking about the ear flaps, this is the ear flap that we were referring to. It's just concealed in the beanie. You can just conceal it, or you can take it out if you do want to protect your ears. That's one thing. And also, if you would talk about going to the movie, to the cinema, what we do when we integrate the foam is we finish, I don't know if it's clear on the camera, but we finish it with a Coolmax layer. This is this yarn. This is a Coolmax layer. And this is a yarn which keeps you, which regulates your temperature. So when it's hot outside, it will cool you down, and the other way around. When it's cold outside, it will warm you. It will keep the warmth of your head into the beanie. So it's like you say, when there is a risk of seizures, what you see now is that the existing products are only good for indoor use or when they're in the institution. When they go out, they will never wear it because it's too uncomfortable and too stigmatizing. And now they could wear this.
Absolutely. And so where do they get them, Nico?
Well, we have an online shop at this point. We are talking to some people in the US, to some good companies that are willing to help us spread the word in the US. At this point, we do ship globally. We ship from Belgium. Everything is European produced. Our website is ribcap-healthcare.com or ribcap.com. We have two websites. You can buy them there, and we ship globally, and we can do a very good transport deal to the US, and it only takes a couple of days, so that's not a problem.
Okay. Ribcap.com. Thank you so
right.
much for this
Yes,
wonderful
thank you.
invention.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me on the show.